Our is on the first subtopic from chapter 1. Okay? Lupa nak brief myself tadi kan? Tergendala. Do you know, madam? Adakah my previous students? Tak ada. You are taking Maths 1 in Sem 1, right?
Yes, madam.
Who is your lecturer? Still remember? Anyone? Boleh tak madam nak request for switch on your camera for the first class? Nak tengok sikit muka student-student madam ni. And because we are having 2 weeks of online, this week only yang kita available for the online using Microsoft Teams. Next week, Menda akan provide you the videos only. Okay? So if possible, boleh switch on camera. Okay? Okay, a bit about myself. My name is Madam Balkis Hisham. You just can call me Madam Balkis. I stay at Kotasas, Kuantan. Anyone from Kuantan here?
Me, madam.
Which area? Shakir.
Kotasas 2.
Kotasas. Persen berapa?
5.
Oh, persen 5. Evergreen 1, 2?
1.
1. Lorong
Yes.
berapa? Sebab, okay.
Madam P5 juga ke?
Madam, before this is P5, rumah sewa. Tapi right now, rumah sendiri P6.
P6.
So P5 tu madam memang dah biasa lah. Ada 3 tahun madam duduk situ. 5 stroke berapa?
Tak ada stroke, kau tak silap. Dia lepas masuk guide tu terus.
Oh, sama lah rumah sewa madam pun dekat situ juga dulu. Nombor 78.
78. Oh, madam kat ujung lah. Okay.
Okay. Madam married with 4 children. Eldest is Form 1. Youngest is 3 years old. Previously also studied in UAE. I'm taking physical science at campus PJ. 2 years. And then further degree in Kuantan campus. Taking mathematical science. Majoring in statistics and also financial mathematics. And master in education also with UAE. And right now for the PhD in UMP. Okay. Apa lagi? Previously before madam work in UAE, madam work in UUM Sintuk. Tapi for less than 1 year. After that, UAE up until now. Since 2011. January 2011. Up until now, ada 14 years plus dah. Okay, that is a bit about myself. So kalau let's say you have any question after this, kalau nak consult madam nanti boleh just PM me or come to my room. My room number nanti madam akan inform balik lah. Sebab kalau begitu sekarang pun nanti you all tak ingat dah kan. Tapi dekat building Al-Haitam. Okay, Al-Haitam building. Okay, let's proceed with the course content. Course content is on the, let's go through the academic calendar first, which is what you have. Boleh nampak ke screen, madam?
Yes, madam.
Alright. Okay. This is your academic calendar for Sem 3. One more thing, every file that madam want you to have, madam will upload in the Padlet. So our medium of apps is Padlet because everything madam akan upload in Padlet. So if you need the hard copy, you just download and print out. Okay, and your homework also just submit in the Padlet. Nanti madam akan pick one solution, madam mark and share in your Telegram group. So everyone boleh mark your answer also. Okay, but everything will be in Padlet. Microsoft Teams ni is only for our online class. You are familiar with Padlet? Hopefully familiar.
Yes, madam.
Okay, good. All right. So starting this week is your first week of lecture. starting with 24th of March, the last Monday, up until 2nd of May, the first 6 weeks. And then you have the mid-semester break for 3 days. Continue lecture for the second half of the semester, starting 6th of May up until 16th of June. Then you are having the revision period only for 3 days. Then your examination period will be starting on 20th of June up until 1st of July. Okay, so maybe the statistics exam will be early week of your examination period. Okay, that is for the academic calendar. Then let's proceed with the course plan. This is course plan. Okay, this is course plan. Starting with this week, we are having the first chapter, which is topic ni is referring to the chapter. Topic 1 is Introduction to Statistics. What you have in Introduction to Statistics, the nature of probability, frequency distribution and graph for the first week. So you are having 2 subtopic only for this week. So by today, insyaAllah 1.1, tomorrow 1.2. Tapi kalau kita boleh extend another 1 hour, madam akan masuk 1.3 lah. Okay. And then introduction to POPBL after this. After this course plan, madam will brief you the details on all the assessment in statistics subject. Okay, this is week 1. Week 2, the first public holiday, which is Hari Raya, Monday and Tuesday. You are having 1 subtopic only, 1.3, data description. Data description is all calculation that you have in statistics. Basically, half of the chapter in your course statistics, you have learned during SPM. Tapi kita akan depth dia yang different. Okay, half of the chapter. Another half is new. Okay, so the first half of the semester ni, basically yang you dah tahu during your SPM syllabus. Tapi kita akan revise balik lah. For the data description, you will have all the calculation. Still remember what types of calculation do you have in statistics during SPM? Ingat ke tidak?
Sikit.
Basically you have mean, median, mode, variance, range, standard deviation kan? So that is all the calculation that you have in 1.3. So kalau madam provide video pun insyaAllah you can understand. Okay, then tutorial 1. Let's say you see tutorial on the course plan, meaning that you have to submit that tutorial. Tutorial is the same like your Maths 1. Every time we learn that chapter, for example, chapter 1, by this week, madam will provide you the tutorial 1 question. At the end of the chapter, you have to submit that tutorial 1. Okay, but everything in week 2, we will postpone to week number 3. Okay, so the tutorial submission will be in week 3. The take-home exercise, what is take-home is after this, madam explain. The question of take-home, you will get in week 3 also. And then the submission of the proposal form for your project also submit in week 3. So everything yang dalam week 2 ni, we bring to a week after when you coming back to CFS. Okay. And then week 3, starting chapter 2, which is counting rules and probability. This is probability chapter. You are having permutation, combination, addition rule, multiplication rule. So all that is in our chapter 2. So we are having 3 subtopic for week number 3. And then week number 4, the last subtopic. 2.4 is the multiplication rules. And then you submit your tutorial 2. And for project is submission on the data frequency, submission data and frequency distribution. Okay. So project briefing pun after this. Ni just nak go through what you have for the 12 weeks of your lecture. Okay, week number 5, start with chapter 3, discrete probability distribution. This one you are having binomial distribution. Still you have learned during SPM syllabus binomial. And week 6, another public holiday, Labor Day, 1st of May. We start chapter 4, the normal distribution. This is also you have learned before about the bell curve. Remember, bell curve graph. Then you submit your tutorial 3. You will have your first quiz here in week number 6. Okay. Topic 1 and topic 2. And then the project submission for the first draft. Okay. The quiz date tu madam dah give you the date. And then kita dah buat poll kan. Everyone free kan on the date stated tu. Wednesday 12 to 1 and also the last quiz will be on Monday also 12 to 1 because we are going to have mass quiz in exam hall. So nak make sure every student free during that time. So let's say you have class, boleh inform madam by this week. Okay, by this week. Okay, week 7, continue chapter 4. 4.2 up until 4.4. And then another public holiday here, Wesak Day, 12th of May. And week number 8, public holiday ni kalau you all tengok kalender, dia banyak yang affected on Thursday, which is our class 2 hours. So after this, lupa nak assign class rep tadi. Anyone volunteer to be our class rep? Siapa nak kumpul pahala?
Me madam.
Siapa me tu? MZ. Siapa MZ?
Syakir madam.
Syakir. Syakir P5.
Yes.
Okay, Syakir will be our class rep. So the first task for Syakir is, after this nanti you PM madam untuk ask for my timetable. Nanti you suitkan dengan your timetable and your friend's timetable. Kalau you are having the same group for all the subject, easier for you to find the common free slot. Okay, sebab kita nak cari common free slot for us to do the replacement class in starting week 3. Okay, week 3 onwards. Kalau boleh replacement class tu face to face lah. Kalau tak boleh face to face, baru kita akan go to online. Okay, because your class ni banyak affected the public holiday. Okay, that is week 7. And then week 8, thank you Syakir for volunteer to be our class rep. Okay, topic 5 is sampling and estimation. This is new. Starting topic 5 is totally new things. You never heard about sampling and estimation during your SPM syllabus. Okay, topic 5 is the most lengthy chapter. You are having 5 total subtopic. Okay, so week 8, the first 2 subtopic, and then you have the tutorial for submission and project submit video presentation. So kalau you tengok project ni banyak submission ni kan, dia ada continuous submission. Because at the end kita nak make sure the last written report submission tu is the best. Sebab you dah do the correction after the first draft. Okay, week 9, another public holiday, Hari Hol, 22nd of May. Continue chapter 5.3 and 5.4. Then you are having the second quiz. Okay, second quiz is topic 3 and 4. And continue week 10, another public holiday, Agong's birthday, 2nd of June. Continue 5.5 subtopic and start the last subtopic, chapter 6, hypothesis testing. This is also new. Then week 11, the last public holiday that we have in the semester 3, Hari Raya Haji. Okay, Hari Raya Haji 6th of June. Okay, 6th of June ni tak sure hari apa. Okay, so this one will be the second subtopic of the last chapter, 6.2. Then you submit your tutorial number 5. And the last week of lecture, the last subtopic. Tapi for statistics, usually madam akan habiskan syllabus awal sikit. Okay, maybe kita boleh habiskan dalam week 10 or 11. Depends on replacement class yang kita boleh buat. Okay, so on the last week ni is submission of the rest of your assessment. Topic tutorial 5, chapter 6 and 6.3. Ni kalau you tengok dekat dalam course plan ni, tutorial 5 ni divided into 2. But usually madam just ask you to submit in week 12 je. Okay, so tutorial 5 submission in week number 12. Quiz 3 is on Monday, our last day of lecture. And then project submission for written report and the take home exercise submission. So everything in week number 12. So dia punya pack sikit lah week 12 ni untuk you siapkan all the assessment. Okay, so that's why if possible we have to finish the syllabus earlier than week 12. Okay, that is about the course plan. Any question? Satu lagi, lupa nak mention tadi. Ada workbook, mana ke? The workbook that you have in this semester is this one. Okay. This is the workbook that you use throughout semester 3, statistics and probability. Okay. So the price of the book is RM45. Okay, RM45. But you will get the book once you coming back to CFS in week number 3. Okay. So nanti Madam akan pass the Google form for those yang nak beli, so boleh terus bayar, tapi payment tu boleh up until week 3. Okay. So payment boleh up until week 3, tapi Madam nak collect dululah nama orang yang nak beli. And then let's say maybe some of you yang nak ambil buku from senior ataupun from your friends yang dah ambil start last sem, this is actually workbook tau. Kalau workbook meaning that you are having space. Ada space dekat dalam buku ni untuk you write your solution. So kalau you take your book from senior or your friends, dia akan dah ada contoh-contoh lah. So make sure kalau you take your book from senior, before you come to my class, face-to-face class tu, you dah siap padam dah topik mana yang Madam nak ajar. Madam tak nak bila Madam ajar dalam kelas, orang lain buat exercise tapi you termenung je tengok jawapan student yang dah buat tu. Okay? Sebab banyak case student tengok je jawapan. You kena try. Maksudnya you have to try out. Pegang pensel, try. Okay? Okay, that is for the workbook. Okay, back to the, let's move to the guideline of assessment. Okay. Okay, this is your carry marks. For the first one is assignment. Assignment, you have tutorial submission, 10%, and take home exercise, another 10%. Quiz, the highest percentage, 20%, and project, 10%. So this is your carry mark. Total altogether is 50% of carry marks. And another 50% will be your final exam. Okay. Then we go through one by one. For the assignment. Assignment basically one tutorial per one chapter. Except for the last tutorial is covering 2 chapters, topic 5 and also topic 6. And each tutorial consists of 10 questions only selected from the workbook just now. And then please submit with the cover page provided. So where is the cover page? Ini template of the cover page. So when Madam provide you the tutorial question together with the cover page. So make sure you tick the question that you have done before you submit. And then please fill in this information required also. Sebab banyak, ada juga case yang Madam receive tutorial blank cover page. You just print, you hantar. So tak tahu siapa punya, tak tahu nak dah buat soalan yang mana. Okay. And then students must write complete solution using pen, blue or black except for diagram. So don't use pencil for your tutorial. So biasakan guna pen. Kita ada correction tape yang kalau salah, ataupun boleh cross je kalau salah. Okay, nak biasakan untuk quiz. Quiz kena guna pen. If not, didak markah. Okay. And then the deadline for the submission will be determined by the course leader. So the deadline for the first tutorial ni is in our week number 3. Okay, rubric for the tutorial marks, maximum is 5 score or 5 marks. The name of this one is tutorial submission. So once you submit, you got the marks. Doesn't matter whether your answer is correct or wrong. So 5 score, attempt all question with the complete solution. So you completekan everything regardless of your answer, correct or wrong, you are having the maximum 5 score. Okay. And then 4 marks, attempt at least 75% of the question with the complete solution. 3, attempt at least 50%. Okay. Madam give you 10 questions, but you submit only 5 questions with complete solution. Another 5, halfway je. You tak buat sampai habis. So that one you got 3 marks. 2, attempt at least to 25%. 1 mark for submit one complete question only. The rest you tak buat ataupun tak habis buat. That is 1 mark. 0, Madam nak highlight on the 0 mark ni. No question with complete solution. Ni jarang ada. Tapi yang biasa ada yang ni. No submission dengan late submission ni. So make sure you submit your tutorial. Tak kisahlah dah siap ke belum siap ke. Kalau by deadline tu you just submit. So you at least you have the marks. Not 0. Okay. Late submission also kena highlight. Let's say Madam mentioned submit your tutorial by Friday before 5 PM. So make sure you submit before 5. Kalau submit 5 minutes pun you are having 0 marks even though your solution is complete. Okay. So submit before the due date. Kalau boleh awal submit lagi bagus. Due date Friday, you hantar Wednesday contohnya. Okay. So that is your tutorial. Tutorial 1 nanti Madam bagi. Ni sample sample of the tutorial only. Okay, take home a set of data bank. This is group work. Group work, you have 2 group work this semester. Take home exercise and also project. So work on the same group for these 2 assessment. Take home exercise and also project. So what is take home exercise? A set of data bank and question will be provided to each group in week 2. Tapi Madam akan give you in week number 3, the hard copy one. Complete the task and submit it to your lecturer at the latest by week 12. So basically take home exercise ni, you are having comprehensive question starting chapter 1 up until chapter 6. Okay, that's why the duration tu is throughout the semester 3. You get the question by week 3, but you submit in week number 12. Okay. But group leader, make sure you distribute the task to your group members tu awal lah. Supaya you boleh buat step by step. Contoh kalau you dah habis chapter 1, you can do chapter 1 question. Once you finish chapter 2, you do chapter 2 question. Okay. Jangan tunggu week 11 baru nak settlekan everything. Usually student ni dia suka buat last minute. Week 11 tu baru kelang kabut nak buat. So nanti you akan ada banyak wrong answer. So make sure group leader ni your main task is make sure before you compile and submit to Madam, you are having the cross check session. Let's say student A do chapter 1 question, student B do chapter 2 question, and then switch. Switch, kena check each other punya work. Sebab tak semestinya your friends tu buat betul kan? Sebab kalau group leader nak tengok semua tak sempat. So group leader mainkan peranan untuk bahagikan tugas. Buat soalan dan check. Okay, before you submit. Okay, marks is 30 marks which is a lot. But 30 marks here brings 10% for your carry marks. So kalau boleh score lah the highest as possible. Sebab this is group work. One more thing, you cannot ask Madam or other lecturers how to solve take home exercise. Take home exercise, you have to discuss within your group members. Kalau tanya group lain pun tak boleh. Sebab group lain dapat soalan lain. Each group will get different types of question. Okay? Tapi kalau nak tanya kakak yang jadi lecturer kat uni lain pun, tu boleh. Yang penting jangan tanya, kalau tanya UA lecture memang dia takkan respon. Okay, ni kita nak bagi students independent how to solve that take home exercise. Okay, any question on take home? Tak ada Okay, quiz. Quiz is a lot, 20%. How many quiz? 3 quizzes. Basically, each quiz will cover 2 chapter only. Quiz 1, chapter 1, 2. Quiz 2, chapter 3, 4. But a bit on the first subtopic from chapter 5. Because 5.12 is more towards normal. So that's why kita include in our quiz 2. And then quiz 3 is chapter 5 and 6. But up until 6.2 only. The last subtopic is not included. Since the last subtopic is in week 12 kan. So maybe ada lecturer yang tak sempat habis 6.3. So we test up until 6.2. Number of question 3 to 4. Duration will be 40 minutes times. Total marks is 20 marks. And then a session of quiz 2 will be conducted in exam hall. Okay, that is quiz. Okay, the last one, project. Project ni lama sikit kena brief. Because in Maths 1, you don't have any project. So this time is the project called POPBL, Project Oriented Problem Based Learning. When Madam say problem based learning means your topic, they should come from the problem. Okay, so let's look at the guideline first. Guideline number 1, proposal form. Form a group of 4 to 5 students. So maximum per group is 5 students only. So you choose your own group after this. Nanti Madam buat list dalam Telegram for you to write down the name of your group members together with the group leader. Okay. Choose a suitable topic for your project according to the theme given. But for this semester, no theme. So open topic. You can do on what topic do you want to explore. And fill in the project proposal form. Discuss the proposal with your lecturer and submit the proposal form. If the proposal is not approved, do correction and resubmit the form. Okay. Biasanya, Madam, you akan show to Madam first the proposal before you upload dalam Padlet. So yang you upload in the Padlet form tu is the best proposal form. So what is the template of the proposal form? This is your proposal form. Tapi ada correction dekat due date ni. Due date of the submission is in week number 3. Ni salah sikit ni. 4th of March dah lepas kan. Okay, the proposal form ada 1 page 1 page of question. 1 up until 6. So the first question, list the name and telephone number of all your group members. Identify your group leader. So this one you just list out. Second, write down the title of your project. So title ni comes from the problem. Question number 2 and number 3 ni is interrelated to each other. Number 3 is what are the main issues or problem you plan to address. Example, Madam give you example. Let's say you notice that the problem among students is on the financial management. Sebab most of the students complain the money is not enough for them to buy the book, buy the food. Okay, sebab not all students having the scholarship kan. So that is the problem. So what is the title that you can have from that problem? You can have a study on the financial management among students in your Agambang. That is your title. So title tu dia mesti comes from the problem. Okay. Or another example, problem. Let's say most of the students complain about the internet connection in CFS. That is the problem or the issues. Okay. So what you can conduct, what you can have for your project is a study on internet provider ke internet connection in CFS IIUM Gambang. Okay, that is your title. Title tu dia mesti datangnya daripada masalah. Okay, so question number 2 and number 3 ni interrelated to each other. Okay, or another problem, majority of students nowadays spending too much money for online shopping. Okay, pantang ada live nak join terbeli kan. That is the main issue or problem. Okay, so you can have the title for your project, a study on the online shopping habits among students. Tapi you punya scope tak kisah, tak semestinya inside UAE only. You can have a broader scope. You can have all students in Malaysia. You can do the study on the school children or the working adult. Tak kisah, open topic. Open means you can have every problem in Malaysia. Nak buat outside Malaysia pun boleh. Tapi jarang lah. Bukan jarang, tak pernah lagi students yang buat study pasal abroad. Okay. So tak kisah. So after this, you punya task for this week is form your group members and then completekan proposal form. So how to complete the proposal form? You kena ada problems and title first. So make sure you approach madam. Your group leader nanti akan approach madam to ask for the title approval first. Sebab madam tak nak ada redundant title between groups in your section. So kalau you propose awal, insyaAllah accepted. Sebab tak ada lagi group lain yang buat. Okay. That is question number 3. Question number 4, what is the significance of your study? Why do they study? So what is the benefit of your project? So for those yang read your report tu, what is the benefit that they are going to have? So apa benefit, apa significance-nya your study ni? Mungkin create awareness on the financial management among students. Tak kisahlah, anything about this benefit or significance. Okay, number 5, what sampling technique are you using? Describe briefly how you will choose your respondent. Okay, sampling technique, we are going to learn that sampling technique after this in the first subtopic 1.1. So choose one technique that you want to use for your project. And number 6, list the question that you will ask your respondent. Construct 5 to 7 question, must include qualitative and quantitative. Ni madam akan explain details after this also in the first subtopic. So first subtopic tu is all the concept for your project actually. Okay, so kalau you settle down all the concept, insyaAllah you can do the proposal form. Tapi you dah belajar dah ni, qualitative and quantitative. Okay, question related to the main quantitative variable must be open-ended and big range. Open-ended means you just give blank space to the respondent and the respondent akan fill in the value in your Google form. Okay, 6 question only for the project proposal form that you have to submit in week number 3. Okay, that is the first guideline. Second guideline, after receiving feedback from your lecturer and approval of your proposal, construct a questionnaire. Construct questionnaire ni you akan buat after you dah dapat approval for that 7 question lah. Okay, kalau madam kata okay, your question is okay, you can proceed with the Google form. Ataupun tak kisah nak guna any apps for the questionnaire or for the survey form tu. Okay, and then share the link with your lecturer for review and use it to collect data from the respondent. Once you have constructed the survey online, you give the link to madam first. Madam akan go through dulu. If okay, proceed, then you can distribute that link to your WhatsApp group or Telegram group. Okay? And then the respondent must include 2 groups of people. Ni penting ni. The respondent must include 2 groups of people. Example, female and male, arts and science, with minimum sample size of 30 for each group. Okay. Example, because at the end of the written report tu, you akan compare between that 2 people. Okay. For example, let's say you are going to do the study on online shopping. So you want to compare which gender spend more for online shopping, female or male. Okay, so at the end you akan buat that analysis. So that's why we want that 2 groups. Okay, or you do the study on the study group or study style. Okay, study style among arts and science program. So which group prefer study group? Art students or science students? That is the example. Okay. And minimum sample size must be 30 for each group. You can have 30 female, 30 male. Or you can have 50 female, 100 male. Dia tak semestinya equal value between that 2 groups. Asalkan dia fulfill the requirement at least 30 for each group. Okay? That is the data collection. Then the third guideline is the raw data and group frequency distribution. Proposal just now is 2 marks. Raw data, submit your proposal of raw data and frequency table. List the raw data from the survey done on the main question. Main question only, main question. Determine the class width and construct the group frequency distribution. Ni pun kita akan learn in second subtopic, insyaAllah tomorrow. Okay. So by week 4, submit the raw data and frequency distribution. What is the template for the submission raw data tu? Everything dalam file yang sama ni. Nanti you kena cut lah ataupun you just copy balik pun boleh. Okay. This is the project raw data and frequency distribution. Due date is by 18th of April in week number 4. List your raw data here. Raw data, the main question only. The main question dia mesti wide range of data. For example, from the topic of online shopping just now, one of the question might be, how much money do you spend for online shopping per month? Okay. So you just give blank space, respondent yang akan fill in the value. Okay. Example, respondent 1 fill in 50 ringgit. Respondent 2, 65 ringgit. Respondent 3, 100 ringgit. Up until respondent, let's say you are having 100 sample, respondent yang ke 100, 145 ringgit. So in this table, you akan ada 100 of numbers from all the answers from your sample of 100 tadi. So that's why kita nak open-ended. Open-ended maksudnya kita nak raw data. Data tu nak raw, bukan dalam bentuk table. Okay. So list your raw data dalam this box and then baru you construct the table. Frequency distribution is actually the table. So how to construct the table in our syllabus 1.2. Okay, one page ni yang you kena submit by 18th of April. Okay. Now that is raw data submission. Okay, number 4, first draft. Prepare and submit the first draft of the project report. All group members must check the report to ensure all calculations are correct and the report fulfills number 4. Fulfills number 4 ni is on the data analysis, descriptive, result and discussion in the layout of written report. So dekat mana layout of written report? In this file also, the next page. Semua ada kat sini. This is the layout of the project written report. So dia mesti fulfill number 4 ni. Descriptive stats, result and discussion. Tapi usually for the first draft, dia minta daripada awal. Daripada awal sampai number 4. Sebab nak make sure you buat betul. Let's say you have the correction on the introduction. So madam boleh betulkan siap-siap sebelum you submit your final report. Untuk make sure you punya markah banyak lah for the last submission of the written report tu. So that's why madam minta from 1 up until 4. Okay? So always refer to this one. Data analysis ni you are having quantitative data and also qualitative data. Construct a suitable graph for categorical frequency distribution. So graph, all the graph ni is in our second subtopic. What the graph suit your data. Okay, you akan pilih lah. For quantitative, main variable present and organize raw data using at least 5 classes in the group frequency distribution. Ni pun in our second subtopic. Construct graph, histogram, frequency polygon, and ogive using Excel or any other statistical tools. So any graph constructed in your project report must be online. Madam tak nak the manual drawing graph using your graph paper. Okay, so everything will be online. Either you are using Excel ataupun any apps for drawing graph. Okay, and then the calculation of mean, mode, median, and standard deviation must be included also. Okay, that is first draft. First draft is up until number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So marks for the first draft is 3 marks by week number 6. So before you having your mid-semester break, submit your first draft. So after mid-break, madam boleh return back to you. Okay. Number 5 is video presentation. Prepare a short video to present the project. Email the video to your lecturer. Ni madam takkan minta you email lah. Madam akan suruh you upload in your YouTube and then just give me the link. Okay, duration of the video will be 5 to 7 minutes and all group members must be involved in the presentation. Marks is a lot, 10 marks by week number 8. Okay. So what is video presentation is related to your topic. The features of the video tu, the criteria tu is up to you. Okay, your creativity. You nak berlakon ke, you nak buat style podcast ke, you nak present and record ke, tak kisah. Okay, discuss within your group members. Madam nak tengok creativity. That is your video presentation. And then the rubric of the video presentation, this one. Everything in this file, the details on all the assessment dalam file ni, ada 11 page ni. Okay, rubric for video, the group marks, introduction, very good introduction on the topic, objective of the study, problem statement are well presented, organization and teamwork, analysis and visual aids. So bila madam tengok tu dia ada wow factor. So akan dapat banyak markah lah on the group project. Okay, and you have also the individual marks. Okay, individual marks on the body language and eye contact, voice captures attention and speaking within the time limits. So make sure maximum 7 minutes only. Do not exceed 7 minutes. Okay, fluent and confident, understandable. So make sure you refer to this rubric while you are doing the video. Okay? So that is for the video. And then the last one is inferential statistics. Inferential statistics use confidence interval. This is chapter 5, which is towards the end of the semester. So that's why first draft is up until chapter 1. Once you finish chapter 1, you can settle your first draft. Because first draft is everything inside chapter 1 only. But after the first draft is inferential stat. This is chapter 5. Once you learn chapter 5, you can proceed with number 6, guideline. Time ni baru nak compare two groups. Okay? And then the last one is written report lah. Written report submission by week 12. 20 marks. This is the highest marks of all the submission. Written report. So that's why make sure you submit your first draft. First draft, madam akan go through. And then kalau ada yang you have to do correction, you buat correction. So hopefully the written report ni dah the perfect report. Okay, total marks will be 35 marks altogether. But the percentage is 10%. Okay. Each group must be involved in the project. No plagiarism. Make sure you do not copy from your senior or your friends. Ataupun jangan banyak sangat ChatGPT punya ayat. Madam boleh detect ChatGPT ayat dengan your sentence. Okay. Then, apa lagi? Let's look at the ni rubric video. Okay, this one is rubric written report. Okay. So when you do your first draft, always refer to this rubric. First draft is up until cover page, introduction, sampling procedure, data collection, data organization, charts and table. Okay, sampai number 6 ni. Sampai number 6 is your first draft. Okay. So the first row ni is the marks. Ni markah dia. 2 marks, 1 mark and 0 marks. How to have 2 marks for the introduction, for example. Background provided gives strong motivation for the choice of topic. You provide the background of your study. And then stated also the objective. Objective is well written and clearly stated. So kalau madam can understand your introduction, you have that full mark too. Okay. So ni all the marks. Example, data collection method, survey question are appropriate, clear and unbiased. Sample size is appropriate. So siapa yang tak cukup sample size, sebab ada case yang hantar kat madam tak cukup sample size. So for sure markah dia rendah kat sini. Okay. 0 or 1. So make sure fulfill all the criteria. So always refer to this rubric. Jangan tanya madam lagi. Kat mana madam rubric? Rubric, all the assessment details, everything in this file. Okay. Madam dah upload dalam Padlet juga. Okay, any question for your project? Project lama sikit sebab the project is new kan? Clear ke?
Madam.
Yes?
Untuk grouping tu kan, memandangkan brothers ada 6 orang, boleh tak kita orang satu group terus?
Tak boleh. Kena pecahkan brothers tu. 3-3.
3-3. Alright, madam.
Tapi kalau boleh ajaklah 2 orang sister. Boleh. Sebab advantage kalau combine gender ni, dia ada 2 jenis pemikiran. Sebab brothers fikir cara lain, sisters fikir cara lain. So bila you combine, insyaAllah you dapat perform better for project and also for take home especially. Okay. So if possible, the group tu 4 to 5. Kalau 3 tu sikit sangat. 3 tu sikit sangat. Nanti boleh approach. Ataupun ada sisters 2 orang yang willing masuk combine dengan group brothers, nanti boleh approach brothers. Okay?
Alright. Alright, madam.
Okay. Any more question related to your assessment? Tak ada Okay, kejap. Okay, no question. Hopefully everyone understands. So the first task for this week is form your group members, and then the group leader to in charge your discussion session. Discuss dulu within your group members sebelum you approach madam to ask the approval on the topic. So make sure bila you ask approval untuk topik tu, you give also the problem. So dia mesti ada problem stated, what is your topic stated. Okay. Kalau extra rajin, boleh listkan soalan terus. Okay, sebab lepas ni kita nak belajar 1.1, so you dah tahu all the concept. So boleh listkan question. And if possible also, topik tu jangan discuss one topic only. So mana tahu kalau topik tu dah ada group lain yang ambil. So madam akan terus reject lah kalau ada redundant topik. So make sure you have the backup topic. Kalau topik 1 rejected, you have topik 2. Topik 2 rejected juga, topik 3. Sebab ada case student dah approach 5 topik pun semua reject. Sebab dia approach lambat, orang ni dah ambil dulu topik tu. Okay, banyak topik yang you can have. Kalau tak ada idea, boleh tanya ChatGPT. ChatGPT boleh give you idea. What topik yang menarik untuk di-explore. Okay? But the topic must be from the problem. Okay? Alright. Kejap, madam stop record dulu. Sebab madam nak